Nick, good to see you,
Good to
man.
see you as well.
So you just wrapped up a listening party for your new album, and this was a really intimate performance. Why did you want to do that?
Well, I intentionally wanted to show up and kind of be not prepared because Sphere is always like very structured and prepared. So, and I told my DJ, my friend Zoo, I said, hey, listen, like just get a couple of the songs queued up, and then we'll just see what happens, and I'll tell some stories. But really, what it was, the intention was to just be able to look these fans in their eyes and say thank you so much. And I hear them tell a little story, take my time with them. I did a bunch of pictures and stuff and did that with them before we did the event. And it's just important to me because, I always want to stay grounded and remember where we came from. We have our peaks and valleys in our career, always have. And right now is a pretty high peak. And so I think it's just a thank you. That's all it is. Thank you so much for giving us a career and just being grateful for that. And for the album, it's just Love Life Tragedy album. I put this thing out about a couple months back, and I had been working on solo music, but it really wasn't intended for it to be anything other than sort of like my diary, And so I would record a lot of songs here in Las Vegas. Most of those songs on that record right here in the studios. And whenever I got inspired or I felt like I wanted to tell a little story about my life, I did it. And then I finally put it out, and it went #1 worldwide, which I was like, what is going on? I have no idea. But just those fans are the ones who have grown up with me, since I was 13 years old. And when I was introduced with Backstreet Boys at 15 to them, they've seen my life, And so I just, told them this little story time, in between each song that we did up there, and really make it, like I said, things are very structured with the Sphere, but make it very impromptu and just real, and that's what this was.
Yeah, and I know you talked about that there's Vegas inspiration on this album. When things came to you, you went straight to the studio to
Yeah.
get it down, and also like some '80s influence in the
Yeah.
music too.
Yeah, the album has a lot of, because as a Backstreet Boy or as a lover of just music, our music has always been very eclectic. We have some rock songs, we have some just pop, a little bit of R&B, a little bit of everything, because we're a vocal harmony group first. We could sing to whatever as long as we can sing five-part harmony and whatever. And so I carried that over into this record when I was writing and recording. And so there's a lot of country influence, there's a lot of R&B, there's a lot of 80s, and those are all kind of sonically type of music that actually inspired me when I was little. And so it all is kind of sprinkled in the Love Life Tragedy album.
And there's potential of shooting a music video out here in the desert.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get some time. I have the treatment already ready, and that's what when I was telling some stories on stage about those songs. That's what they want to hear. They want to know like the ins and outs of like, the creative process of the business, and so I was able to tell them about the idea for the song called Wild Heart, which is one of my favorite songs on the record, and the video would be kind of like a tombstone kind of Western feel, and yeah, Calico is pretty close. Anybody have a ghost town anywhere? I'll go shoot it, but I just got to get some time. But I think it's gonna be a really cool video.
And time is going to be pretty short when you get out back to baseball coaching. Step
Yeah.
off the stage right into baseball, huh?
Yeah, no, I committed to a club team out here to start a team with two of my buddies, and they're both Air Force. And so we started Sin City Thunder Camo, which was to honor the military. So we got that team up and running, and we're getting ready to get into season of club ball, starting mid-September. And so we got another 2 weeks of practicing and coaching. And actually yesterday I did my first scrimmage ever, and was coaching first base. And I had no idea what I was doing. As I'm asking the other coaches on the other team, but it was really for the umpires and for everybody to kind of get to kind of get ready for the season, and it was a lot of fun. And Me personally, I get so much out of it because my son plays, with us as well, and he only started last October, but it's a bonding between me and my son, and now that I've gotten to know all these parents and stuff that are in the community of the baseball world out here, it's become this whole other thing, and now, you know, I was telling some of the mothers yesterday. I was telling them, I said, listen, the reason I love this so much is because when I'm out there coaching these kids, I would treat your child the same way that I would treat my son. You know what I mean? And that's that, and unconditional love, positive affirmations, just support. Because it's a great sport, and the baseball community out here is incredible.
That's what's going to make the kids love Coach Nick.
Yeah, yeah, Coach Carter, I guess.
Yeah, Coach
But
Carter.
I mean, listen, like I said, it fills my soul, and my heart, and um, every time I get out there and I'm at a game, and it also, like, I love what we're doing with Sphere. It's great, but I still got to take my kids to school here in Vegas. I still got to, be a present father. And when I'm off that stage, I'm just dad, you know what I mean? And that's what I care about the most.